Okay, so the good news is you still have time before 2023 to get organized. I believe that turning our personal space into an organized environment and going from chaos to order can be incredibly beneficial for both our productivity as well as our mental health. And in this video, I want to talk about 7 main areas that we tend to kind of ignore throughout the year. But if we organize them before a new year starts, it can have such a good impact on our stress levels, our perception of the space around us, and even our lifestyle choices. And if getting organized is one of your goals for 2023, I need to tell you that there is so much to learn about correct goal setting, and I couldn't compile all of that information in a simple short video. So I'm hosting an online class where we go step by step, looking through all the strategies to create a solid plan that ensures you can tick the boxes in that 2023 habit tracker. The class will take place in 1 week, and you can find more information about it in the description box below. So let's get started with number 1. Just go and look through your paper and documents folders. Maybe you don't even have a folder system yet, and you definitely should have one. I usually have a paper tray in my office where I use the very simple two-way system where I put all documents to read on the top, and on the bottom drawer I put all documents that were read but they need to be archived. Then I basically have 2 main folders in my office, and they basically contain all the documents that I need to consult in the future. I divide them by topics using binder dividers, and anytime I have things to archive, I go look at my paper tray and I insert those documents there. Now, of course, that usually these documents are things that are kind of mandatory for me to have in paper format, usually bills that are sent via paper, and I can't opt for an electronic alternative. But for electronic documents, I have a family Dropbox folder where I have everything neatly organized in folders as well, and it's really good to just hit the search bar and be able to find whatever I'm looking for. Also, it may be a good idea to consider a very good scanning app on your phone where you can simply scan any kind of physical document you receive, and you can also have a copy on your digital folders. Item number 2 is your junk drawer, and I kind of believe that everyone has some sort of junk drawer, whether it's a drawer or a cabinet or kind of a full storage unit, but everyone has kind of this dedicated space where they throw everything that doesn't really have a home in there all the time. So ideally, I believe you should set some sort of reminder on your phone, or if you're using a paper planner, maybe set up a reminder there as well, every month maybe. But most people just leave their junk drawer untouched until they get to kind of a place of desperation. So you can use the new year as an opportunity to go through that drawer and see whether you have things there that have actually homes around your house and that you can replace. Not replace. Tô ficar constipada. No. And that you can actually rehome those items, or if they just have to be donated or even just thrown in the trash. Third thing to think about organizing is your finances. So I have a full video about 10 different ways for you to kind of save your finances for 2023. But there are so many items related to your personal finances that it's a really good idea to organize before the new year begins. So these are things like your budget, recurrent subscriptions, and some sort of automatic payments, spreadsheets with bills that you have to pay and when, yearly expenses, tracking receipts and bills that you have to save for a long time, as well as warranties. And if you have the time and the patience, also think about renegotiating some contracts for the new year. This one is pretty basic, but a lot of people kind of forget to do this before the new year begins, and that is organizing your new 2023. And that is organizing your new 2023 planner. So you can start by adding in all yearly events and kind of predictable dates and appointments. You can also make sure you have all the supplies for the year, and also kind of think about categorizing the pages in your planner if you're using different kinds of categories or topics in your planner, like, yearly, monthly, and weekly spreads, if you have a financial tracker, if you have blank pages that you want to use kind of as a bullet journal hybrid. But setting your planner, getting familiarized with its layout and its setup can be very, very helpful once you get in the groove and you start using it on a daily basis. Another important thing to organize before the new year begins is your workspace. Your workflow changes a lot throughout the year as you change tasks, as you change projects, so it's perfectly normal that you change your workspace as well to adapt to those changes. So never feel guilty or silly about changing your workspace often, because that's supposed to serve you and not the other way around. If your workspace is the place where you work to provide for yourself, for your family, where you're developing your business or building your career, remember that this is the place in your house, whether it's a full home office or just a simple laptop, that actually generates your income. So look at each object in your workspace and decide whether it's still serving its purpose or not. And of course, this also applies to apps and programs on your computer as well as electronic devices. This is a classic, but you should also focus on organizing your wardrobe before 2023. Unless you're already on the capsule wardrobe. Unless you already have a pretty minimalistic wardrobe, it's kind of obvious that now and then your wardrobe will need a very good cleanup. And maybe that's because you have things that do not fit you anymore. Maybe that's because the season has changed, or maybe it's simply because some things are old and they're kind of ripped and they're torn apart and they just have to get out of your house. So create 3 different piles, one for keeping in your closet or wardrobe, one for storing, whether usually if it's something that you feel you're not enjoying wearing right now, if it doesn't fit you anymore because you're in a transitional stage or just because the season has changed. And then you can also have a pile for donation/selling. Finally, I always recommend you to organize a so-called command center. And the command center is basically a place where you have all the information that you need to know to manage your life. And this can either be a bulletin board, or it can be a Notion workspace, or it can be a home planner, or it can be some sort of home binder that everyone in your family is able to access. So this should be a place where you have kind of a bird's eye view of receipts, bills, expenses, things that need maintenance, things that need cleanup, future chores, reminders, things that are happening to your kids, things and events that your husband is going to, or your wife is going to, or your partner is going to. Just having a place where you know everything is there, all the information is there, everyone is contributing to that repository of information. This can be such a life changer for management of a family. And it can also be a really good life-changing experience if you struggle with staying organized and you really want to improve your mental health, because an organized mind is also a calm mind. And if you want to get even more in-depth in terms of fully organizing your home and organizing your life, I can point you towards the 52 Weeks Challenge. And this is by Home Storage Solution 101, and I'll link it down below, and it literally covers everything in your house with clear deadlines for the whole year. And when I'm on the go, I like to keep my notes, computer, and other supplies neatly organized in the Tokyo Tote Pack by Bellroy, who's sponsoring today's video. The backpack has tons of space for a 15-inch laptop, your books, a water bottle, and even an umbrella, notebooks, and so much more. Bellroy has beautiful products that help you stay organized, from these wonderful backpacks to carry all of your books and notes on the go, to college, the library, or a cozy coffee shop, laptop sleeves to keep your computer protected while you're commuting, and even these beautiful work folios that are perfect to organize notebooks, tablets, cables, pens, and all of your documents on the go. Bellroy's products feature a beautiful minimal design and are made to last. They use recycled polyester, eco-tanned leather, and recycled nylon to reduce their environmental footprint, and they have been working on developing better materials from organic sources and contributing to exploring leather alternatives. You can receive 10% off anything on bellride.com, including all the beautiful products mentioned here, by going to the link in the description box below. I really hope you've enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you next week. Bye guys!